I do an annual planning exercise every year. I learn from my experiences. I have clarity on what I want to do. Overall, I'm a lot happier and I get a lot of stuff done. So I thought I'd make a video to share that with you. Special shout out to Aaron for prompting me to document this somewhere. Thanks.
Hi, how are you? I'm going to make a quick video on how to do annual planning. It can be very complicated, but I think this is a method that I've been using for a couple of years, and it's proven to be quite valuable for me because it gives me a really clear target to hit, and it gives me a lot of satisfaction as I look at the year and see a lot of things getting done. I've been doing this for about a few years now in a slightly more formal capacity, but I've kind of been doing this for as long as I can remember. So I will show you how to do it. I think it's a combination of things I've picked up from different ways over the last couple of years. So by no means is this original, but it just worked for me, so I thought I'd share it with you. So first thing you do is that you do a quick recap of 2023. Ideally, you find a nice quiet place, as I have right now, and you list out things in three categories, right? So you list out experiences, you list out creations, and you list out your dreams. Experiences could be, for example, you going on a trip with your family or planning an evening with your friends or doing something that you've always wanted to do. Maybe it's buying a car that you've always wanted since you were a child, or reading a book, or any kind of experience that kind of give you some kind of a reaction. It could also be negative experiences, like if something happened that you felt had a material impact on you, write it down. It's also a good idea to write down as many of these things as they come and then try to categorize them so that you come up with the first couple ones and then you really get to the good stuff later. So you're writing down all your experiences here. It doesn't have to be 5. It can be as many as you want. Creations could be like I made something, I painted something, I wrote something. It could be as silly as like a tweet that did really well, or a tweet that you really liked, or a meal that you made. It could be anything that comes to your mind. And the dreams are like things that you wanted to do, learning something new, doing something challenging, etc., etc. You write all of them down here. And then in the next step, what you do is you can do it on 2 sheets of paper, but you can also say, okay, from all of my experiences and my creations and my dreams in 2023, what will I take into 2024 and what will I leave behind, right? I recognize that it might be hard for you to imagine some of these things. So if it's tough, I may try to do a part 2 with it already filled out, or at least somewhat filled out, so you have a sense of what that looks like. But I'm not making any promises because, again, this is a very personal exercise. I don't think I share this with anyone. So I just take it that you will give yourself some time and space to be able to reflect on the year, particularly in the 3 categories that I've listed, and then say, look, these experiences, these creations, I'm going to take with me into the next year, into the new year, and these things I'm going to leave behind. Okay, so once you've done that, then what you can do is you can make a list of what. Now imagine for a second that you were at the end of 2024 and it was a great year. So things went really well. Everything went according to your plan. Some unexpected things happened and you dealt with them. They were positive, some were negative, but you dealt with them. And then you start to write down what those experiences looked like and what those creations looked like. So you're basically saying, I'm going to kind of do a pre-mortem, or maybe not a negative word, but like the year's already happened. You're looking at the end of 2024, and then you're saying, it was great because I went on a ski trip with my family, or I learned to ski, or I learned to sing, or I learned to code. Whatever your goals are, you can put them under what experiences or creations. A creation could be I wrote the first draft or the final draft of my book. Dreams could be that I finally gave up some bad habit, or I finally achieved some goal that I've had for a long, long time. Just write them down. Write them down as if you are at the end of 2024 and all those things are done. Once you have written them down, then you can put them somewhere. You can tape them on your mirror, or you can put them into your notepad app. You can put them in a notebook, something that you go to regularly. So for me, for example, I have a note-taking app, and it doesn't matter whether you have a note-taking app or a diary or a journal or just a mirror, and you can just put them there so that every time you start your day, every time you come back to your routine, you can always look at your experiences and then be reminded that you have a plan in place, and just execute on it. It's a lot less stressful to work like this. It's a lot more intentional as you go about your days and weeks and months. And I find that once you have a plan like this in place, you can really, it takes the stress out of it. So now you know what you're going to do. All you've got to do is to pick each of them up and then say, how am I going to do this? And so the indecision on whether you should or should not do something, you've already taken out the window. Some examples of dreams, I guess, that I've had in the past are to be regular at, for example, taking time out to reflect, or regular at being there for my children, being there for my spouse, being there for my friends. Most importantly, being there for myself. So the experiences or what you put in here is totally up to you. The fact that you do an inventory of what you did first is a really good way to kind of help you set up what you want to take through, and then what a great next year looks like. I'm not a coach or anything like that, so I don't know if I have any answers to your questions that would come up. But if you have anything, just think of the best solution and go for it. I think the thing I'll share is that I have been doing this, I think, since 2021, and it's given me a lot of satisfaction, both in being able to get stuff done quickly, and also being able to plan out a good year in advance so that I can be more intentional on a day-to-day basis, as opposed to things happening to me. I'm happening to things. Hope you like it, and I actually have no idea if you can read the text here, so hopefully you can read the text too. Okay, thanks.